Hey guys, how's it going? Firebox here. I want to share with you how to build a budget HR build for 225 plus. This is going to cost in the realm of 2,000 to 3,000 gold, and this is going to be 38% action speed, which is absolutely insane. And yes, I am using the off-meta quarterstaff because it works surprisingly well because of how fast we're swinging. So let's go ahead and go over the guide, and we'll go from there. I am going to be using Robust, Iron Will, Crush, Berserker, Rage, and Achilles. I find that without Rage and Achilles, I can't really force fights the same way that I could otherwise because of the Achilles roots. And of course, Rage gives a lot of movement speed. And I think these are probably the best perks to use. Berserker is just insane value because you get so much extra damage as you start losing health. And everything else just kind of feels too good not to take. Iron Will for Rangers, Sorcerers, Wizards, Crush for the door meta that Solos has a lot of the time, and Robust because you could always use the extra health. And as far as the gear goes, again, Quarterstaff, it's better than I think people think it is. It might not be the meta weapon, but it sure does do quite well, especially on a budget, because you can buy very cheap sticks with very good stats. For example, I think this costs 150 gold, which is crazy. We're also using a Horseman's Axe secondary. I think, personally, this is probably better than a hatchet in high gear score, because you don't have to cheese your gear score at lower levels, so you can make way with grabbing a lantern for extra stats, and Horseman does extra damage for 2 movement speed penalty, which is probably worth it. As far as the gear goes, the reason it's so cheap is we're going for very specific roles that make for just a very budget-friendly build. We're going for the Norman Nasal Helm with 2 dexterity. This is kind of key. We're going for a lot of dexterity here because we're stacking 48 currently in order to get such high speed. Running Northern Full Tunic, max health bonus, action speed, and fizz power. Action speed roll is, I think, the priority on this piece because it just helps you scale a little bit better. Cloth Pants has been my new go-to with max health or max health bonus and action speed. This is probably more on the expensive side. If you want an example of what a more budget pair of pants would look like, probably these. I want to say this costs about 250 gold. These probably cost more along the lines of like 500 to 600. So keep that in mind. If you want max health versus max health bonus, the max health is more pricey, but look at my health difference. It's 1 health. So, is 1 health really worth 400 gold? Probably not. For our boots, we're using adventure boots with movement speed. Funny thing is, even though it has agility on it, which should be an expensive stat, I got these for 60 gold. So, good deal as far as budget goes. If you don't have quite that, and you don't get lucky like I did, just grab movement speed bonus. It should cost like 200 gold. It's really not too bad. We are grabbing leather gloves with vigor and action speed. The reason for this is I want the dexterity from the gloves, but I don't want to miss out on too much HP. So I'm going for vigor rolls here. And as you kind of can tell, every piece of gear I can grab action speed on that's kind of cheap, I'm doing just to try to scale as much as possible. My goal is to reach as close to 40 as I can. I am using 2 rings of finesse. Really bad stats here. Nothing crazy because I just needed them to be cheap so I could make the budget. If you want to go for like action speed rolls or something here, it's going to cost you a lot more gold. I'm using a monkey pendant with +1 all. This is relatively cheap too. I think this is like 300 gold or something at the time, which for +1 all and max dexterity, it's pretty good. And for the cloak, I have this with fizz power. Nothing too crazy. You can get any extra stats, that's great, but I usually just buy whatever's cheapest when I'm doing budget runs. And what you're going to notice for most of this build is we're going for very off-meta stats. I'm just trying to stack as much dexterity as humanly possible while trying to be cost-efficient. The way that I'm being cost-efficient here is I'm skipping out on the max health roll, such as this pair of cloth pants. And I'm also skipping out on things such as fizz damage bonus, which would admittedly be good for this build. Very good, in fact. But if you want to be on a budget, you kind of have to make a choice as to what stats you want to prioritize. Obviously, if I can get action speed, max health, and fizz damage on every piece of gear, that would be great. but the cost of the kit would probably be 3x, 4x the cost easily. So instead, I've opted to just go for what is generally cheaper and whatever is most cost efficient, which in this case seems to be max health bonus and action speed / bigger. So there you go. That's how you build a Barbarian kit with, again, 38% action speed, 166 health. It's actually 171 with our weapon out, keep that in mind. And 40% PDR, 40% MDR. Absolutely crazy build that is capable of killing just about everybody. The hardest matchup by far is number 1, PDR fighter, and number 2, druid. But outside of that, you can kind of go toe-to-toe with everybody, even if they have better gear than you. So enjoy the build. If you enjoyed the guide, be sure to like the video, subscribe, helps the channel. Thank you to Justin Doom Pressure for supporting this video. Thank you all. Enjoy the PvP. It seems like a lot I should use the magic for. I mean, it's the same difference. Okay, I was gonna say that goblin. I didn't want to fight with the goblin on this. Get out of here. Freaking cleric. Get. What are you doing? No way these bats are on me. Go to him. About that one. He's going straight for that little camp spot, isn't he? Oh, how the turns have tabled, huh? How the turns have tabled, Barbarian. You come to third-party me, and then I third-party you. That's called karma. It can be your word of the day. Oh, you're done. He hesitated. I knew he was dead. The moment he, like, put his back to me, it was over. Holy shit, look at all that damn. I should have used the horseman. If I used horseman, he would have died. That was a misplay on my part. I should have used the other weapon. Yeah, so use that as an example fight. If for people that are running away from you, the quarterstaff is really bad at killing them. Just use the horseman. Alright. So right now, my biggest counter seems to be PDR fighter. The only one who's been able to kill my... Oh, you. Jesus. Bro is eating all the limb shots. Oh, is that him? Alright, let's do it. Come on. Oh, look. We took out the trash. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hey, we found the camp. You can't make this up. Bro's name is Extraction Camper. Wow, that was close. My quarterstaff hit the wall or something. Whoa, that was really close. Is he geared? Yeah, pretty geared. Cool. All right, I'll just take his gear instead.